I love the Momentum 4 True Wireless. I use them all the time, but they had some pretty major flaws that have mostly been fixed with the latest firmware. So that update is 5.6.1. Now, the biggest issue I had with the Momentum 4 was some pretty annoying static sound only in my left earbud when the transparency mode was on, and this was quite noticeable even in a noisy environment, and it would only happen when music was paused. So if I had my transparency mode on and just wanted to hear my surroundings, not listen to music, that static noise would kick in all the time. And I've seen a lot of comments in my review with people having the exact same issue. And I did have this issue on the Momentum 3 True Wireless, it just wasn't as annoying. Now, I honestly didn't think this would be fixable, but the latest update, it is completely gone. It hasn't happened once. Shouldn't have been an issue in the first place with a bud at this price, but nice work, Sennheiser. Now, the second issue, also relating to the transparency mode, was the amount of white noise that it had. Like the static noise, even using the transparency in a noisy environment, the white noise was still quite noticeable. And I had it ranked as a 4 out of 5 in my transparency white noise ranking. But anyway, with the latest update, the white noise has been reduced dramatically. I rate it around a 2 out of 5 now. So it's still slightly noticeable in a quieter environment, but that's gonna bring up the total transparency score now to a 9 out of 10, which was originally an 8 out of 10, because the clarity has stayed pretty much the same. I mean, I'm just going off memory here. I didn't really test it too much before I did the update, but still up there with Technics and Bose. Still not quite on the transparency level of the AirPods Pro 2 though. Now, my third biggest issue was not being able to turn noise cancelling or transparency mode on when you're on a phone call, because when you take a call, what will automatically happen is side tone will turn on, which is kind of like a worse version of the transparency mode. Sadly, you still can't do it, but what you can do now is adjust the strength of the side tone in that transparency setting. So I think this improves the side tone slightly. Still, the transparency mode is much better than that side tone with the slider to maximum, but it's not too bad. So you're still not able to turn on noise cancelling when you're on a phone call, which is not very useful if you're in a noisy environment. And something I was really hoping that would be fixed with this firmware update was the wearing detection issue related to the transparency mode. So whenever you have transparency mode on, you take one or both earbuds out of your ear and you put them back in, the noise cancelling will automatically switch on. So you have to manually turn the transparency mode back on. And no earbud that I've tested does this. It's just the Momentum 4, Momentum 3 True Wireless did it as well. And it still hasn't been fixed. Not a massive issue, but I need to point this out. They've also stated that they fixed some reconnection issues with certain Pixel phones, as well as added an option for Microsoft Swift pairing. I don't have a Pixel phone or any Windows devices, so I can't test this out. If you do have these devices, please leave a comment below if it is working for you. But overall, some solid improvements. Props to Sennheiser for listening to their consumers and fixing some of these smaller, but some more on the annoying side issues. And if you haven't checked out my full in-depth Momentum 4 review, check it out right here. In the meantime, stay picky. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.